Hello, everybody, and happy holidays. So, today I'm going to be persuading you all that basketball is the most exciting sport. See, I love basketball. I've been playing it my whole life, and it's starting to become second nature. So, after all my research, I am happy to tell you guys the culture, how big the sport is, how many levels there are, and of course, how fun it is. So, let's start off by talking about how massive it is. So, basketball is the fastest growing sport in the world. So some could speculate it's going to be America's sport soon. So although the United States isn't the only country with a professional basketball league, as there are over 150 different leagues across the country and the world, and so on and so forth. So according to ESPN, basketball is now the most played sport for boys and girls youth. So surpassing youth sports such as football, baseball, and softball. So it's pretty much a year-round sport as it starts in the fall and then ends around the start of summer. And this allows players to get as much basketball and people get as much basketball as possible. So the games aren't the only thing that's interesting around this time. So the NBA does have a free agency period, which is at the end of the summer, and where NBA teams can sign, trade, and even before the season starts. And so basically, the NBA is somewhat drama filled for some players because they take it personal because they've been with teams for so long and now they're getting let go. So for entertainment purposes, it's great to see everyone's reaction and how they talk on social media. It's always fun to read about that. And these players go head to head full force when the season starts. So basketball is considered one of the most action packed sports out. When I was a kid, I fell in love with the game watching a player named Derrick Rose right there, as you can see. I'm a big fan. And he would go at guys that are bigger, stronger than him, and he would just score on them with ease because how fast he was, and like his basketball IQ was a lot higher than a lot of other players because he was a little bit smaller, so he had to. So this sport is exciting to watch and play, and it's very good for exercise. There isn't much rest during the games, which is good, unlike football, for example. Once someone scores or the game comes to a pause to celebrate and regather with their team. So every time the ball touches the ground or something, it comes to a pause. So during basketball, once someone scores, you get straight back. Like you're already going into the next offense or defense. So either way, you got to get to work. And the sport is very fast-paced and entertaining. And I love to watch it. So according to Chicago Maroon, most sports don't have these types of scoring games, and players can score 1 to 2 to 3 point shots, and the games usually end at around 120 points each team on average. So about 240 total if you want to put it all together. So there's so much excitement from even the high school level. So all the players from high school all the way up to the pros, it is exciting to watch no matter what. I want to start off talking about how high school basketball is insanely competitive, and there's powerhouse schools. And by this I mean the schools are completely full, wrapping around the entire gym. People screaming, yelling at like these high schoolers just to watch them play basketball. And I haven't even scraped the surface on different levels of talent. So there's also college, and that is very, very competitive. As college basketball has a tournament, right, called March Madness. And it's basically where the top ranked teams from across like the regions of the country, obviously, and they all come to war within like a month and a half. And this is basically this is for the players in college to apply for their job in the NBA. And that basically means is they could put on a show, help their team win, and just get straight to it. So the NBA is obviously entertaining, as there are millions and millions of fans of everywhere that could tell you the same thing. The NBA is just the NBA has a better version of March Madness, but they have a total of 16 teams that are fighting for the NBA championship, and obviously those players get a big, wealthy check. So it is also nice. Unlike the NFL, where they have like for the Super Bowl, there's only one game. The NFL has 7-game series versus each team. So, as you could tell, a game 7 is always going to be sold out. And, with tense games like that, there's always game winners, late game fouls, and of course drama between the players. Everyone always gets mad at each other because they're competitive. That's how it is. So not only is a sport engaging to watch, play, and even like be ready for, like get you hyped, as a cultural sense, basketball is very welcoming and exciting. It is also one of the most accessible sports, as there is a basketball court at almost every single park. You can literally go to the store, get a basketball for $5 to $20, and you could go play whenever you want. It is also a team sport, so you'll be able to create relationships with people that you meet. And most of my friends I've had like my whole life, and nothing's changed. It's very great, and the culture has been great. It is so huge. I would say, like, I don't know how to really explain it, but you can connect with people all over the world. It is huge. Enough is enough. So I'm going to slow down with talking about basketball. I could talk about the sport all day. So in conclusion, basketball has grown on me, as it usually does with most people. So I have been grateful for the amount of people that I have met throughout the sport. The sport has brought nothing but joy and excitement to me. So with that being said, thank you for listening. Please be safe during these tough times, and have great holidays. And if you have any questions about basketball, you know where to find me.